All right, all right. Alan, you're a Packer fan, right? What do you think the Packers need?
Everything.
What do you think? What do you think Rodgers is gonna do?
I already told you guys. I'm pretty sure he's leaving. He's leaving, and my first thought was that he was going to end up in Las Vegas because of Devontae. But everybody, all the experts, seem to think that New York is the best place for him. I'm not sure if the AFC is someplace that he should be, but I don't see him being back in the green and gold next year.
Hey, Alan, do you
They're going to turn it over to Love. He's going to have to prove himself. I don't have any faith in him myself, but he's going to have to prove himself. I think what's going to happen is that they're going to tank the season and they're going to end up with a high draft pick. My wish would be for them to take the kid from Washington. I know that's going to make Amos smile, but I think he's a total package, and he might be somebody that could carry on that Favre Rodgers legacy, as far as Green Bay goes. But I mean, there's a lot of things that they need to do. I think that they need to make some changes on the defensive coaching side. Um, I think that they need to get healthy with a lot of the guys on the defense, and they need to be able to keep them healthy. Offensively, I think Aaron Jones might be leaving. I'm not sure what his contract is, but
So, Alan,
Dylan
to that,
Dylan is an adequate replacement. I think they've got to get some receivers. I don't have any faith in the guys that they drafted, but again, they have no experience, and they seem to get better as the season went on this year. So I'm not sure that they can carry that on with Love throwing the ball to them. What's that, Amos?
Alan, to that point, your point about Aaron Jones, I believe he actually just restructured his contract today. So I think you guys are pretty much
Oh,
going
did
to
he?
be guaranteed to have him one more year. And
Okay.
as far as the quarterback you're talking about from UW, Michael Penix Jr. So he actually decided to stay another year. So he's going to be a top five Heisman watch guy this coming season.
Yeah,
So yeah,
absolutely. I think so too. He should have been in that conversation this year. The
right,
kid is
good.
he
So
reminds me a lot of Steve Young. The way he moves, the way he throws the ball, he's got a great arm, and he's probably what 2 or 3 inches taller than him, and
yeah, he's
and just as strong of an arm.
no, he's really good, and I think his prediction this season, had he have came out, I think he would have been a third, maybe late second rounder. He could have maybe potentially stuck into the second round. I know they have about four QBs this year projected to be in the first round, and I know he had better seasons than at least two of them for sure. So it'll be
Yeah,
interesting to see his projections going forward. But I do agree with you. I think at the end of the day, the Packers, they have to give Jordan Love a shot. He's a second round. He was a second round pick, especially if you trade Aaron Rodgers. You got to give him a shot.
no, he was a first round pick. He was a late first round pick.
Okay,
I think
okay.
he was a 27th or 28th, something like that.
Okay, no, good correction. Yeah, I was thinking he was like a top five second round pick, top 10 second round pick. Either way, though, early pick, so you got to give him a chance. So
Yeah.
I do agree with that. So that's your Packers. KJ, what about your Raiders, man? What do they need? We know they've been needing a lot for a long time.
Well, before we go to that, I was gonna ask Alan. You don't like that receiver that they had that was going off for a while? Isn't his name like Christian
Watson,
Watson or
I
something?
do like him. I do like him. I like him because he's big, he's fast, but you know that's Aaron Rodgers throwing to him. What's going to happen when Jordan Love is throwing to him?
True, that's true.
That's my thing. Jordan Love has showed me nothing in the 3 years that he's been in the league. He showed me nothing, and they actually gave him a chance in the preseason this year to run that offense, and it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. And that's
Well,
why, my expectation going into this year isn't very high because of the fact that I think he's going to be the quarterback, and he's going to struggle.
Alan, do you guys have a better season than the Bears?
You know what, bro? I don't think we do, to be honest with you. I think Chicago is, they got a bunch of picks and they got a lot of money to spend this year. I think that team is going to improve. I'm not saying that they're going to, overtake Minnesota or even Detroit in the division, but I think they're going to be better than the Packers.